Maneater is, like I said, hey, 50% on Rotten Tomato audience, which is, I didn't look up this score until after I watched it.
Listen, before that it was 26.
It went up apparently.
It went up,
and I was shocked after I watched the movie. After I paid out my $5.99 plus tax, I guess, to watch this thing, I was shocked to go back and see it 50%. Now, here's what I think. I think a lot of people that were upset because they paid $5.99 to watch this wanted to share that misery with other people.
I think so.
Went on Rotten Tomatoes and said, "Oh, this is a great movie. Be sure to rent it. Put it on your watch list. You want to watch
something that's going to be miserable? Here you go."
Yeah, let me just tell you, don't put this on your watch list.
First of all,
don't shell out $5.99, huh?
Who the heck was in this movie? That these people in the movies were.
The only guy that I recognized, although I don't remember the name. I didn't look it up. One of the actors, the guy that's on the top right there,
you with the hat,
hand out.
Yeah.
I think he's a country singer or something.
Oh yeah,
I have to look up the name. And one of the actors who was barely in it, kind of a Hawaiian Polynesian guy, the sheriff. I've seen him on a lot of stuff. It's kind of like supporting actors.
Is this movie up there with Piranha? Remember that movie, Piranha?
Man,
with David Hasselhoff. Come on.
So this movie, it was just nothing original about this movie at all. There was nothing groundbreaking, nothing intriguing, nothing's like, oh, that's a twist. No, nothing. This movie was a cookie cutter shark attack movie. And to be quite honest, I'm surprised that Amazon had the cojones to charge people money to watch this thing, because it was absolutely seemed like something you would watch on sci-fi. You know, the sci-fi's got the Sharknado stuff, or alligators, all those kind of movies.
Well, you see,
this is right there with us.
This is like Lake Placid, zombie beavers.
Lake Placid was good. Movies. I like Lake Placid was good. Now, a lot of sequels to Lake Placid maybe weren't that good. Lake Placid.
Well, Carl Weathers in Lake Placid. That's which is good. Isn't Carl Weathers in Lake Placid? Wasn't he?
I'm kind of curious about this. Let me look it up real quick. I'm not prepared. I'm trying to look up that guy's name.
What, the sheriff?
Not the sheriff. Trace Atkins. That's yeah. I knew he was a country singer.
Yeah, Trace Atkins. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the shark
country
hunter.
Singer. His name is up on the thing. Okay, Trace Atkins. Okay, all right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I know who he is.
That.
All right.
So basically, this movie begins with Trace Atkins. He's a fisherman. His daughter goes out and gets attacked it gets killed by this shark, eaten basically. Not eaten, just killed and ripped up. And he's trying to get the sheriff to do something about it. The sheriff says, well, you gotta, there's a way we got to do this, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you have this group of young people who are going and taking a leisurely boat cruise, a 3-hour cruise. No, it was they were taking this cruise because one of the girls was getting over a bad. She got dumped by her fiance, and it was supposed to be their honeymoon. But so now they've all gone on this trip, and basically they get eaten by sharks, basically, most of them. That's really the story. That's really all there is to it. And awesome. Trace Atkins kind of swoops in and saves, her. Trace Atkins and the blonde in the upper right picture there are the only survivors. Everyone else gets, eaten by sharks because they make stupid mistakes. Like this one guy getting ready to go to the shore. They were going to have this thing on the island, and he's getting ready to go. They're all excited. He decides to shotgun a beer, stabs a knife through the can, cuts his hand, blood everywhere. We all know sharks like blood. So the guy wraps it and it's like, hey, don't go in the water because, you're bleeding, blah, blah, blah. What's the first thing this mother does? He goes in the water
of course
and,
he does.
Gets killed by a shark. Everyone gets killed by a shark. So nothing new to this movie. I do not recommend you. I mean, when eventually this movie is going to find its way onto Sci-Fi, or it's going to be a free movie on Amazon, wait until then to watch this thing. Don't spend any money on this. You're not going to like it unless you just like cheesy, crappy, shark monster movies.
I have, it's funny. The last couple of days, I've been watching real life shark incidents that happened back in the 80s and 90s, and it's very interesting. We all look at shark. Like, I've been watching the Jaws documentaries too, as well. And, the shark is a very fascinating creature. Nothing, Jaws is the top of the heap when it comes to freaking shark movies, which we all know Jaws is.
Well, Dom, you've just given me a wonderful segue to a little thing that we're going to do next. So we're done with this. I don't recommend you see this. The only good thing about this is that made it slightly above a sci-fi is they didn't use that fake blood spray stuff. They did use what looked like some real blood. Other than that, totally. I don't even want to say it's a B movie. Probably not. But Dom gave me a perfect segue for us to play this game, which is, and again, we're going to rank some stuff. And because this is not a live show, I went ahead and ranked these, what I think. This is Jedi ranks. Which of these shark movies deserves the bigger boat? So these are my takes. You feel, obviously in the chat, disagree with me. I looked up, I went and Googled a list of shark movies, and I kind of picked the ones I had seen. And this is how I'm going to rank them. Now, Dom already said Jaws gets the biggest boat. All right.
Yep.
Jaws is the GOAT of shark movies. And considering this thing came out in the 70s.
1975.
Yeah, man, it's held up, and everybody else is just copying. Still to this day, pretty much is just copying Jaws. Not completely, but pretty much just copying Jaws.
This made I'll tell you not want to go
if I can tell you a little story about Jaws. I saw Jaws in the theater, although I really don't remember much about it because I spent at 75. I'm sure I was like 6 years old. I probably spent most of that movie with my head in my mom's lap, just scared to death. But my mom tells me, and whether or not this is factual or not, or just a story a mom likes to tell her son, my mom says that this movie is when Jedi said his first cuss word. It was during this movie. And it was at the very beginning when the girl is swimming out by herself and she's on the buoy, and she keeps. And my mother said at some point during that scene, I just kind of went, shit. She said that's the first time she could ever remember me cussing or saying a bad word. I was like, shit. And just put my head in. I was out for the rest of the movie. I couldn't tell you anything else until, of course, I watched it later. But yeah, that's part of my childhood. My mom used to take me and my brother to scary movies.
Quick known fact about Jaws. So apparently Steven Spielberg wanted to do the scene where Chief Brody's on the shark and stabbing the shark. They had to change the ending. But I don't know if it was Charlton Heston or Gregory Peck. I forgot Gregory Peck that did Moby Dick. So to make a long story short, since Gregory Peck or Marlon Brando owned the rights to Moby Dick, he did not want them to recreate the scene that was done in Moby Dick because that was a hardship in his life when he acted. I'm like, really? So you wouldn't let them do that particular scene? And I was like,
I'm glad, I guess, because I don't know if that would have. I don't know how that would have looked.
I like the ending of Jaws the way it ended.
Yeah.
But imagine if he would have jumped on the shark and had him tied up and was stabbing him, like Moby Dick.
I guess I don't know. I guess I'd have to see. It's too bad there wasn't any cutting room film of where they had actually filmed it and it just didn't make the final edit. We could go back and look at it.
There was a documentary on things you didn't know about Jaws, deleted scenes and stuff like that, which is really cool. I actually watched it the other day. I was watching. That's how it's fresh in my mind. That's why with the whole thing with the Moby Dick thing. But Jaws, that was the movie that made it scary to go into the water.
Yeah. I'm still probably, it could just be because of Jaws and, my trauma as a child with this. I am not a big shark movie fan really, because for one, and you're going to see they don't really they don't stray from the original too much nowadays. Maybe a little bit, but and two, I just don't like. Not I don't know. Let's get it. Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
So my second one that gets the second biggest vote is Open Water. I don't know if you've seen this one, but I think this is actually based on a true story,
Yes.
which makes it scary as hell.
Yep.
Now, to me, this is what's scary: is that you're left out in the middle of the ocean, where you went to do a shark tour or something, or scuba dive something, and you get accidentally left out there by the tour guides, and you're just slowly getting eaten alive by sharks. You don't know what's below you. That's the scary part to me. You don't know what's below you.
Yep.
And it doesn't have a happy ending. So yeah, to me, this movie freaks the hell out of me. I'm like, nope. This is a reason why I don't go scuba diving. I'm not a scuba. A lot of my buddies, I live in Hawaii. A lot of my buddies like, oh, you should learn how to scuba. Nope. I'm a landlubber.
How many times have you seen a bunch of sharks in the ocean over there in Hawaii, Jedi?
I've never seen any, and I plan to keep it that way.
Wow, you never saw a shark, even when you were in the ocean. You ever seen anything?
I've seen dolphins, but sharks, no.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, dolphins will come up and jump and stuff beside the ship. Sharks don't do that. No.
Well, sharks jump out of the water. The ones in Australia that do the great white sharks that grab the seals and they go up in the air and they come back down.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not around for any of that.
I watched Shark Week. Those documentaries are friggin' awesome and scary at the same time.
Yeah. No, sharks. I'm. To me, sharks are like the sea equivalent of snakes on the land. I can do without them. I know they're a valuable part of the ecosystem, but if they all disappeared tomorrow, I would be perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine. All right, let's go to number 3. And this one's kind of in the same vein as number 2. Is 47 meters down.
Yes, I saw that.
Another creepy as hell. Because that shit can happen.
What do you do when you the cage breaks and you wind up going down and you can't even see in the water and the sharks are right there?
Yeah, you went there to see sharks and now now you're really seeing sharks.
And your air is about to
again. 47 meters down, for the best of my knowledge, is a fictional film, but holy shit, that could happen. That could happen, and
that could happen.
It's just freaky. That's freaky. And another one this one had kind of a weird ending where you didn't really know what was real, what wasn't. But
I know, but it was kind of a weird.
Number 3.
It was a good movie. It really was. You know, like I said, Jaws is the GOAT, but there are some good. There's good movies that were made that will terrify the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And 47 meters down definitely was scared of shit.
Yeah.
Let's go in the cage. See some sharks.
Yeah. That was kind of a close. I could almost switch Open Water and 47 meters. Both of those scared the crap out of me. That's just some. All right. Next is Deep Blue Sea, which was kind of fun. Had some really good scenes in it. But other than that, it was kind of your typical smart shark kills dumb people kind of.
Well, you got L. Cool J, you got Thomas Jane, you got Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel Jackson getting ripped, getting.
I love that. The freaking sharks have minds of their own, which is cool.
Yeah, smart sharks are not good for anybody.
It's like smart zombies. That's not good.
Yeah, not good.
Not good at all.
But it was good. It was a thriller. Not so much you would think realistic, so you kind of knew, okay, this is probably couldn't really happen, but still a good fun movie. Next is The Meg. If prehistoric sharks.
I liked that movie, The Meg. I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I liked it. It was fun. It was kind of on the scale of Jaws again, a giant shark, but this was a prehistoric shark that had survived, and it was a fun movie. So I put it on the list, on my list of fun, good shark movies. Next is The Shallows, which is another one that could kind of happen, I guess.
Yeah, great movie with Liv Blakely, Lively, whatever her name is. She's married to Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah.
That's up.
I can't think of her name either.
That was good.
This is another one that it's so scary because it kind of could happen. I mean, you could get stuck on like a sandbarge or whatever, and you could be surrounded by sharks. And now the next one is just just stupid fun is Sharknado. Okay, this one was just crazy.
I love the Sharknado movies. They're funny, hysterical.
Sharknado, yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Very unrealistic. How could this? Wow, how come this never happens? Well, because it's not good.
Do you know the same people who did Sharknado did the movie Zombie Tidal Wave, where the zombies are all the time?
That doesn't surprise me at all. In fact, I might have seen Zombie Tidal Wave. Now you
I saw it. Yeah. I laughed. It's stupid. Zombie Tidal Wave.
And I guess I should go back now and say, of course, yeah, Jaws 2, Jaws 3. Jaws 2 was pretty good, but I didn't want to.
All right, let me ask you a question.
I'd already done Jaws.
These movies, you know, Jaws is number one. Now, what we rate? What's the other ones we rate? How do you want to put them? The numbers.
Well, I mean, I kind of list them in order, but since you brought it up, I'll go through in case the order I listed them was vague. I'll just go through these. So obviously, Jaws is number one. Open Water number two. 43. Or I'm sorry, number 3 is 47 meters. And then number 4, Deep Blue, 5, Meg, 6 is Shallows, and then 7 is.
But see, 6 Shallows. I think Shallows is actually better because it's more realistic. That could happen.
Okay. Well, you are a better judge of shark movies than I am because I anticipated this move, Dom. I anticipated this move. And so I went back and I actually looked up the Rotten Tomatoes list or scores for each one of these movies and found out that I was kind of wrong on a lot of them. And you're kind of right on Shallows specifically. So, yeah, 90% on Jaws. Not a shocker. 90% audience score on Jaws. On 33% on Open Water, which I thought, okay, that's not very good.
Hey, that's not good, but it was a good movie to a point where it was scary. It could happen.
35% on 47 meters.
Yep.
39% on Deep Blue. 42% on Meg. Meg had some star quality in there. I mean, you had Jason Statham, and kind of gave it maybe a little superstar or action hero bump, maybe. But yeah, you're right. 59% for Shallows. So definitely the audiences agree with you and thought that it was better than Open Water or 47. So you are correct on that one. And then 33% for Sharknado, which is not a big shock to anybody.